All right, all right. We're gonna start get we're gonna get this going. We're gonna get this going. So you see what it is? Accountability plus agenda equals intent. Accountability plus agenda equals intent. Now the question is whose intent, right? So, we're gonna let this stack up a little bit more, and then from there we'll be able to get this going. In the meanwhile, just chill, relax. We'll get this room stacked up a little bit more, then we'll get this conversation going. Go ahead and write something in the chat. Go ahead and write something in the chat. If you're not a bot, put something in the chat. If you're not a bot, if you value thinking for yourself, go ahead and put something in the chat, right? It's about time that we have this accountability conversation as it correlates to the agenda. All right, let's just be clear on that. It's about time that we have this accountability conversation as it correlates to the agenda. Whose agenda are you prioritizing over your own? Whose agenda? So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna deconstruct it all. All right, we're gonna deconstruct it all. What else we got? What else we got? Let's see. What else we got? We'll do it like this real quick. Do your part to support human rights. Hashtag stand with human rights policy officers. Exit colonies. All right, so it's on you. Why would you rather power the intent of someone else over your own, right? So this is essentially what this looks like. You could power this intent, which is what? Standing for your own benefit. Why would you think it's appropriate to stand for someone else's benefit? That puts you at a disadvantage. So, you see what it is? Exactly. You see what it is. Why would you think that's appropriate? Why would anybody think this is appropriate behavior? It's all about accountability, people. That's it. It's all about accountability. That's it. If you want to find more information on what is known as your human rights as it correlates to the right of self determination, you see what it is. The number's right there, 888-999-6530. All right. If you want to get any more information on what your human rights are, right, this is your informed consent on what it is to be a human. So if you want to get more information on exactly what this is, which they refer to as you, right? They say you are a human. So if you want to understand how you can be the best human possible, then you need to understand what does that entail, right? What is a human, right? So like, if you want to gain that understanding, I highly recommend you pick up the phone and call 888-999-6530, right? If you feel like your human rights for whatever reasons is being violated and you want this to stop instantly, pick up the phone and call the number. That's it. That's all you got to do. Pick up the phone, call the number. That's it. It's accountability. It's all about accountability. So another thing to bring to your attention, right? If you have never heard of this individual before, I highly recommend you go ahead and do your own and look this person up, right? His name is Ramzu Yunus. Again, if you have never heard of this individual before, I just threw up a QR code. You could go ahead and scan that, and that will bring you right to this individual, right? Again, if we want to sit and take accountability for the things that we're powering, right? Again, we're talking now the distractions, right? If we were now, we are the ones who's powering our own distraction, right? Which that those distractions are going to be there. But if you're the one who's saying, you know what, you're beyond the distraction in that regard, right? You're in the real moment. You're saying to yourself, well, hold on, I never asked for any of this, but yet still I find myself in a position to where someone is dictating everything that I do in my experience, and this is not by way of my conclusion, right? So again, if you're speaking from that perspective and you're saying, hey, you want this to stop, again, all you got to do is stop participating, stop powering someone else's intent over your own, right? You already know that don't make sense. Maybe you're a person that needs something beyond this simply stopping, like literature, right? Now, what is the literature, right? If you want to dive deeper into that understanding, what basic, simple literature, go ahead and check this brother out. His name is Ramzu Yunus, right? Hands down, when it comes to given the context of a word that it correlates to your existence, right? It's simplified, right? This is what somebody might say. This is a no-brainer, right? And the fact that the intent has went the way it went clearly speaks to, again, why this is a no-brainer. Because without this, which is known as checks and balances, then guess what? You're going to have scenarios like the ones that we're in right now, right? This is why these concepts was created, right? To keep everyone fear in that regard, right? So if you want to be able to get that understanding right in the context, go ahead, hit that QR code, right? And listen to how this individual speaks to what is known as the right of self-determination. We're going to come out here. We're going to start making this a thing. Indeed. We're going to start making this a thing. This is a little bit of a dry run just to see how everything is going to come together. But this is just what it is, right? This is what it is. All right. So like I said, this more so was the first one, just to kind of get an idea of what it looks like from your perspective. But again, all the information that was shared on here, I highly recommend you do yourself your own due diligence and go through it, right? Understand the intent behind this information. You'll see me soon.